Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I am one of the hosts this afternoon, Michael, followed by other host, Kat.
Hello.
And other host, Sage.
Hi.
I said it right.
I know.
Just had to think about it for
I
like
know.
0.5 seconds.
I felt the gear move in your brain just now.
Welcome to Anime Club. I don't remember if I said that already or not.
You didn't.
Okay, cool. This week we're talking about, or this month, whatever. We're talking
You're
about March Comes In Like a Lion, which
Yeah.
is Sage's pick. So
It was.
Sage.
Right off
Entrance.
the top, I did not know this show had 2 seasons, so when I was watching it, I was thoroughly confused.
Did you watch the second season?
No,
Okay.
because I'm not going to watch another
Why does it say
22
it's
episodes.
Season 3.
I don't know.
I was very
I think
confused.
Crunchyroll has weird labeling for
Maybe
stuff.
because season 2 is like, because you know how they do like when they have different dub or sub versions, they label them as a season.
Yeah.
So maybe season 2 is like a different dub or sub version.
wasn't.
So season 3
Did
is
you
like
start
English.
watching season 2?
No.
Oh, okay.
But no, I
But
noticed that too, and I got really
they're-
confused.
Sub and dub are connected. They're not separate. Because it used to have that, but I think when they redid their
That's what you're talking
site,
about,
it
yeah.
stopped doing that.
They finally did get rid of that.
So,
So there's
may-
not
may-
30 billion seasons listed
I
with
know.
different
So
languages.
maybe for that one, they were like, we don't want to correct it, just leave it as season 3. Who knows?
Could
Not
be.
me.
yeah.
But yeah. So I was getting really confused watching
was this
season.
one you already watched?
No, I never
Okay.
watched. It's been on my to watch list
Okay.
forever because I have this like core memory of like somebody reviewing it and being like, "This show is really good," and I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, okay, that just stuck in my brain, and I was like, I'll watch it eventually. And then when it was my turn to pick, I was like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to watch this literally forever, so why not just force myself to watch it?
Yeah, because it had also been on my list, and all I ever knew about it, or what I thought I knew about it, was people being like a comparison with like Your Lie in April, where they're like, it's also a show you cry to, and I'm like, okay, and then that's how I always remembered this show existing.
Same.
Never heard of this
Right.
shit in my
So-
life.
So, while I was watching it, I was like, I was lied to.
So
Basically,
basically,
I was about to say, my heartless did not cry.
No, not at all.
basically, I feel like this show, if I put it into like a synopsis, is like, imagine watching a shonen anime like that, thinking it's that plot structure, but instead of being like inspired, you're just depressed.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
wow,
it's,
everything
good
is
explanation.
fucking
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
And even like him like going through like matches and stuff, instead of being like, oh, I hope he wins. No, everything is terrible. Like you feel bad for everyone.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck
like,
is
does anybody
going-
like this game?
Like,
Is
does
anybody having fun?
Is any single person happy here? Because I
No.
think the answer is no. Everyone
I
is
don't think-
suffering,
There is
except
a-
for
there-
Smith.
there is a common enemy though, which is his fucking sister.
His sister and
Fuck that.
and
Fuck
his
her.
sister's like pseudo boyfriend
Yeah.
slash
I have questions, but like
weird
Yeah, we'll get there.
situation
Okay.
there. But basically, I just heard that it was good. I didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
I didn't even know that shogi was such a huge part of the show, which I feel like maybe if you know how to play shogi, you
It
can
would
like
mean more.
appreciate it
Yeah.
more. But because I've never played it at all or have like any information on it, I was like, these moves could be good.
I
Like
think-
you're
I-
telling me
Yeah,
that
like, are you
they
watching
made a
this and
mistake.
you're like,
Oh shit! Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
like I feel like that's a yes and no though, because like you can watch sports anime and or like or whatever that you don't know understand, but can still be like I didn't
No,
like
you're
I like
abs-
like
you're-
volleyball. Don't understand shit about volleyball. I can watch Haikyuu and be like,
But-
oh shit.
But
I think you're
it's a little
absolutely-
bit simpler to understand.
Right, but, like, I
if
don't
he's
know.
spiking the ball, then you're like, damn, yeah, he spiked that ball.
Yeah, but I feel like there are things where like you can still find it interesting if it's told in a way that is like if they animate the shonen up of shogi,
Right.
shogi.
If
Yeah.
they weren't all depressed,
Yeah,
then
like-
it could be more hype.
Because like
Yeah.
because
But I guess hype isn't the point.
right,
Yeah,
it's not the
so-
point. But like if it was like that, I feel like it could be a thing where you could be like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
But I
he made
do-
the fucking diamond triple double.
But I
move.
do feel like if
Yeah.
I did know how to play shogi, or at least I knew the rules, and like watching some of
They
these
did
scenes,
sort of explain it with the cats.
holy shit, I'm gonna get into
Which,
that later.
by the way,
Yeah.
I know we're gonna later, but
I
like
don't
they
know
didn't
anyone-
translate the fucking songs.
I don't know anyone's
they had
names, by the
subtitles.
way.
They didn't pop up for me.
oh, I saw it maybe because I watched on Funimation.
Probably because Crunchyroll did not put subtitles
there was
up.
subtitles for the song for me.
Nope, not at all.
But anyway, so I went into it not knowing anything. I just recommend it because it's been on my watch list forever. That's about it. I think this show is good but flawed. Like, there's certain things where, like, I feel like when this show hits, it hits so hard, and I'm like, wow, this is incredible. And then when it doesn't hit, I'm like, I fucking hate my life.
That's a take.
Like, it's weird. Like, a lot of times, like, I feel like most of the show is, like, okay, but there's certain moments where I'm like, that was really well done. And then other moments where I'm like, this falls flat.
Yes.
Like, it's these weird extremes with the show.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was just me, but because I didn't know anything going in, the tonal difference, especially in like the first couple of episodes, was so severe and drastic that I was like getting whiplash. I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to fucking feel, because especially in like episodes 1 and 2 where Ray is like, life is meaningless, everything is suffering, like everything is horrible, I hate my life, I hate everyone, like I'm just like secluded and I live in my apartment with nothing in it. I'm like, damn, chill. And then like you get to the girl's house and they're all like goofing around, like fucking around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's especially like weird, like whiplash too, because I looking at the tags on Crunchyroll, it lists it as a romance. Okay. And I was like, okay.
Where is the romance?
I'm expecting a romance to pop up.
Yes.
And then like the girls show up, and I'm like, all right, so like I guess the older one, like there's gonna be something there. So like, all right, cool. And then
that's what I saw. And then
but there is nowhere else that it's listed as a romance. Mal, like,
so they just screwed up.
They just ruined. They just
yeah,
they put the wrong
Google
label.
it's comedy/drama.
Same with Mal. It's also comedy drama. So, because I remember, I was like halfway through when I was like, "There's no way they're gonna start a romance halfway through this fucking thing." So I pulled it up and I was like,
"Who is he gonna have a romance with?" Because Akari is too old for him. Hina is too young for him.
Is she too old for him?
She's too old.
How old is she?
She's at least older than his pseudo sister.
I mean, she has to be
and
at
the
least.
pseudo sister is 4 years older than him.
Oh, she's 4 years older?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So if he's
I was like,
17,
she's
the
obviously
sister
old
is
enough
like
to drink.
She's like 21, 22, and Akari must be like maybe 24, 23.
What?
Because they even said he said that
she's she's around the same age as the sister.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And Hina's a middle schooler.
But I didn't realize that
Akari is 22, 23.
Okay, so
I didn't realize that the sister's 4 years older than him.
Yeah.
So that's where I didn't realize that there was that much of a. I thought it was like a 2-3 year difference.
No, I'm pretty.
So I
feel like I remember them saying that she's 4
so
years older than him.
He
17.
Okay, well, if he was 18, I mean, no, he's 18. He's 18, 19.
In the dub, it specifically says that he's 17 because he's like, oh, I'm starting.
Well,
I'm gonna be 18 this year.
So
when it's after.
Yeah, but then a
New
year
Year's.
passes.
Turns it.
Yeah.
In the show.
He does.
Because
Maybe.
he repeats the year. Are these spoilers? Should we like?
Yeah,
not
we
be
should.
saying
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Okay, but he's like 17,
I
18.
assumed it was gonna be them too.
That's what I thought
that
too.
at all.
No, well, because I was like, I saw romance, and I was like, that's the only option. So that's why I assumed.
Because when I was talking to Mike, and I was like, what am I watching? I was like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, oh, it's drama. Because I was like, is this slice of life? And you're like, drama. And then like I had looked it up, and then I also saw like romance. I was like, oh, where's the romance coming? But I was like 4 episodes in. I was like, it'll come. I was like, I guess her. Like, so
Yeah.
I thought that it was that, and she didn't seem like that much. She just seemed like
She's
maternal.
old. Yeah, like she just seemed
Yeah.
older because she's dealing with taking care of her 2
Yes,
sisters.
exactly. Like it didn't seem like she was.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't think it was Hina. Like I
Right.
did
Yeah, no,
not.
not-
get
not
that.
her.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
She
her.
is a child.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I guess that hasn't stopped anime before.
It hasn't. But anyway. But yeah, so do you want to do like general?
Yeah.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
General, no spoilers. I think you gave a good general of, the pacing's kind of weird.
It is.
They didn't do do a very good job. Like, it's definitely whiplash, but maybe that's the point, because that's kind of how he feels like in his life, because he has these moments of so much depression, but then he has the moments with like the girls, and then, like, you know, he's is this spoilers? Maybe I won't talk about it. Maybe we'll go into that later. Trying to think of what I could even say that's non-spoilers. I think it's a little bit too long, but I mean, kind of how you said it's like a sports anime, but like not really. So because they talk about shogi so much, they need the time, because you need the extra time to actually talk about the drama. So like,
you do, but also
maybe it's not too long, because then there wouldn't be the time for any of the drama.
Yeah, like I don't know what you would cut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't think realistically, I don't think you can cut something without like something being missing.
Exactly.
But at
unless
the
you
same
cut
time,
the gameplay.
the show takes forever.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Because, and I don't know if this is just because of the framing of the show, because it is obviously primarily through his perspective, but like, I can't tell if it's a deliberate choice to make everything feel extremely slow, because
That's
from
how he
his
feels
perspective, he's just like going through the motions of living, which if it is that creative choice, I get it. But at the same time, you are producing a television show, which you
Yeah.
want people to watch
Yeah.
and be entertained by.
I feel like it is probably supposed to be that, because like his whole life has and is shogi. That is what it is. So like, while you're watching it, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
like, you know, you're genuinely just going through his days, and like that's what he does and sees. And so like, it feels like it's too long, but at the same time, like,
Yeah, what would you cut?
what would you cut? Make the game shorter? It's not like they show all 95, 120. Like, they don't show all of that in the
Yo,
first place.
some of these games are like 12 hours fucking long.
Exactly. So they don't show that in the first place. So what
Which-
would you cut down if they're already cutting it down?
Any game you have to play for over 12 hours? Nah, fam.
How are they sitting like that for that long?
I was thinking that too. I'm like, damn, I would be like, I wouldn't be able to
legs
get
are
up
broken.
again.
Yeah, but like also they do that
For that long?
For
12
that long?
hours?
Well, I mean, like
That long.
But if you're sitting like that forever, you don't like
You're used to it.
yeah, you're
guess.
just used to it at that
I
point.
guess,
you know?
because
Even
especially because you learn
sitting
it
in
as
a
a kid. So
Yeah,
like,
and like if you have a job where you're always on your feet, at some point it stops bothering you.
True.
yes.
So
But I don't know. I just can't imagine sitting for 12 hours for one game.
No.
yeah, well,
I don't know. But like, so I don't know. Like, that's the thing is, you know, we give this critique, but at the same time, like, I feel like we've given this about shows before, is like, we give the critique, but then we don't know how to fix it. So it's
there's
like,
been
what
sometimes
do you-
where like you could totally cut like an episode or two out, or like just
No,
in terms of
absolutely.
content.
I-
but like
I
here,
mean-
I wouldn't know anything to be like, oh, this
Personally,
scene felt like it was pointless,
I don't think there's enough of the girls.
I
Add
agree.
more
Oh, I
girls.
Especially
agree.
in the second half.
Yeah.
It's weird.
which is purposeful though,
I agree. But I do feel like.
because it's done to isolate.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I want more of the girls.
I
I
mean,
know,
yeah.
they're the best part of the show.
They
so
are.
like, I need more
Like,
sisters.
Momo is just
Yeah.
too cute for this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my general. Like,
I don't know. Like I both appreciate it and don't. I'm like, because watching it, I'm like, this is fairly fascinating. Like I'm not here being like, oh, fucking another shogi god. All right, whatever. Like I'm like, yeah, this is pretty interesting. Like all right, but also it feels like it takes forever to do anything. Also, they stopped doing it at some point. I don't know where the cutoff is, but there was an animation thing they were doing with the fucking mouths that was bothering the shit out of me. And it was like cross hatching like on the corners of their mouths that constantly made every single person look like they were like permanently frowning.
Yeah.
But like,
But they were
like
frowning.
a wide, like weird,
They
like
were
bot.
frowning.
No, but it was like the
Extra
look of
emphasis.
it, like the look of it. No, because like it was just like default faces had it, and it was really annoying, and I really just hated how it looked. But at some point it went away, and I was like, all right, cool. But like, I don't know, there's just something going on there that I was like, it bothers me to look at. But other than that, like I think the animation's pretty good. and like it's very like smooth, like it or
Very
fuzzy,
soft.
Yeah, soft. That's the word I'm looking for. Like everything is very. There's no like real hard lines.
It's something interesting actually. The only time that animation changes to like a more hard cut look is when he's alone in his apartment.
Yep.
Oh,
Which I was like, that's a great creative
I don't think I
choice.
noticed that.
Because
Yeah.
like I noticed
Or
this
it was
pretty
like subconscious.
pretty early on because they did this like outside shot of the girl's house. And it was like nighttime and it was just so soft, like so cozy looking, like a home, you know? And then I think it like hard cut to his apartment and I was like, that's a depression hole. That's not a house.
Yeah, he it's just following such a depressed fucking kid.
Yeah.
Like and the only moments of like reprieve are the sisters.
Yeah.
And so like if you're not in it for that kind of ride, you're just like, okay, let's just keep going till the end here, please. But like I don't know. I don't like it's not bad. It's just I don't think it's something that like I was wanting it to be.
I agree.
guess.
I agree.
But I also don't know if that's because I was lied to about the romance.
Let down.
You were like thinking it would be more.
Right, well, because like I'm always for like a good romance show,
Right.
You know, and I was like, well, I've heard good things about like where I heard March Comes in Line, it's like it's a thing that'll make you cry kind of thing, and I'm like, all right, well then it's got to be a good romance type story,
Yeah.
and then that didn't pop up, so I'm like, I don't know if it's skewed because of that. I do think it has moments where like it does hit, like you said, but I almost feel like they're too far and in between.
I kind of agree.
But like, it's weird because it's paced out that way for a reason,
Yeah.
but it still just feels like it's not rewarding enough
I think I think a part of it is also like
because he's refusing to have those moments.
yeah, he's refusing.
It's very realistic.
Yeah.
Like, it's paced realistically, day-to-day life. It doesn't happen too often.
Right.
So it was very...
It's the only
for a
yesterday
reason.
problem. It's just a regular person.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
sometimes regular people are boring.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And it doesn't help that he himself lives an extremely mundane lifestyle.
Right.
Like really to his own detriment.
Yeah.
And he's doing it to
It
himself.
would be even worse if Bakari didn't find him.
Oh, yeah.
So...
And she didn't just take in strays.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
was like, all right, you
Literally
belong
and
to us
figuratively.
now.
Yeah,
I love
literally.
that they were like, yeah, she just takes in strays because she likes seeing them all fat and happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we didn't expect a human, but
Here
we're
you
glad
are.
you're here. So
And then all the cats just yelling at them
Yo,
at
the
all
fucking
times.
talking
Yeah.
cats. I was getting so pissed off.
oh,
I
you
was
didn't
like,
them?
the cats themselves, fine, very cute, but the talking was annoying me. I'm like, you can't have this kind of show where everything is extremely realistic in terms of like
But
character behavior.
they did the little sounds too all the time.
Yeah,
too.
because it's
So
like very
fucking,
clearly
like,
not actually.
yeah.
I know, but just the cats were annoying me, and I was like, either don't have them talk or don't have them. Like one or
Damn.
the other.
Damn.
It didn't bother me all that much because
didn't
it,
bother me.
I feel like it's just
And
emphasizing
and
the
it-
like
it
meowing
barely-
of like we want food.
No,
we want
I
food.
Yeah.
know. I
And it didn't happen
understood-
that often. They
I
probably talked like
understood
5 times
the intent,
total.
but every time they talked, it just completely took me out of the show.
I think it would have been fine without it, but it didn't bother me that it happened
Oh my
either.
god! The first time I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
I think the most times where like stuff popped up in like the little like like kanji writing, and then it's just like that's a lie.
Yeah.
It was always with those cats.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't eaten, we're gonna starve to death. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like but I don't know. Overall, it's like it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, spoilers. Made it 20 minutes.
Whoa.
All right.
So, the older sister.
Yeah.
question
Fuck her.
mark. First of all, fucking horrible. I wanted so badly for him to just be like, no, you need to get a fucking grip. Maybe that happens in season 2. I don't know. But I just need this girl to get such a
Don't you feel
fucking
bad
reality.
for her?
I do feel bad for her, but at the same time, I'm
When
like,
you're like, hey,
okay.
if this guy loses the match, he's gonna fucking beat his daughter. Like,
no,
yo.
not beat his daughter. He's about to
Leave
leave
them.
the family.
Right, yeah.
And the fact that, because
How does
first,
she even know that? Like
maybe she's fucking lying.
No,
no, but he said
No,
it.
it's true.
He said
True,
it.
true.
He said
Maybe
it, so
the-
she
maybe-
knew it.
No, I
And she
think
said it about
she
the
goes
other-
and figures that shit out just
She
to
must-
tell him.
Yeah, that's why I was like, where are you getting this information?
She goes and fucking
from?
Sherlock's her shit.
Yeah,
I feel
just
bad.
to mess with him.
I feel bad for her for the
Because she is
past,
a-
right?
Yeah.
The fact that the father
She's a
just-
codependency with someone that hates her.
not even that, but
Yeah.
like the fact
Well,
that their
everything.
father just chose to completely neglect her and his other son because Ray was the only prodigy among them. Yeah, I feel bad. Like, that's obviously a shit situation to be in, and like to have such clear
Why couldn't
favoritism
they
to
all
this
just play Shogi?
to have such clear favoritism to this other child who got brought into the family, and that whole
Like, how do you
oh,
understand
don't-
that as a child?
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's they're very hard emotions.
There's
to
no
process.
understanding it even as an adult. I'd be
And,
like,
like,
what the fuck? Like,
For those reasons, yes, I feel bad. And she's obviously in this fucking terrible relationship with this older man because she wants to get some
Married.
kind of
Married
validation.
man.
Exactly. Because she's seeking validation from a father figure, but also it's very complicated, and I get that. But she's such a piece of shit, and she chooses to
that's
like.
why she's a
I
piece
know,
of
but she
shit.
chooses to process things in like the worst way
I mean,
possible,
she's
and
also
she
the-
takes it
yes.
all out on the one person who she knows she can like control and
Who she can
manipulate.
bully, yeah,
and
to
I
feel
that is how that works.
I know, and
That
it
is how
drives-
that works in real life.
It
Yeah.
drives me crazy, and that's
Yes.
why I wanted so badly for him to like finally like emote something to her that wasn't just like him being defeated, because I'm like,
He was going to in the Momo shop.
I
popped
know,
up.
and I'm like, obviously she doesn't know this, but like continuing abuse doesn't help you recover from your abuse.
Yeah, but she's just doing it because it makes her feel better.
I know.
So,
but
like-
it drives me insane because I'm like, girl, this is helping literally nobody, and especially not yourself.
Your point of view here is like
that.
me with Nana, where I'm like, just talk.
Yeah.
Like, problem solved.
But yeah,
don't know.
And the levels of like manipulate, because she knows exactly where to hit him too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like just a throwaway. No, she's doing it totally intentionally. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, and then she just keeps posting up at his apartment. Like,
Yeah. Okay,
girl,
wait. So, question: is he in love with her?
I think he has very complicated feelings for her.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because-
yeah. I think it's like a.
because
Because-
and I don't know if this is just me, but like, is it not heavily implied that she assaulted him at some point?
I didn't get that.
Like, I think this is in the first or second episode.
I thought they did something, but I didn't think that she like.
Oh, it feel like the way they were like showing it, especially because like the things she was saying to him, not nice,
But yeah.
and like.
If you're talking about what, like her being like, oh, it healed or something, that's because Goto attacked him.
Yeah.
No,
she-
no, no.
No, but
I'm
he.
talking
Yeah,
about
but,
separately.
but that happened because he attacked her and then he defended her.
Yes. Yes.
I'm talking about. I think this is in the first or second episode, and I think it's a
Where you
flashback.
see her hair and stuff. That's why I thought they did something together, but I didn't think that.
Oh, the way like the
But it maybe
the way that
Maybe.
it was like shot
Framed.
and yeah
Where she's
framed.
like, she's like on top of him.
Exactly.
Yes,
like
I
she's
do
like
remember
very
that.
much in a position of power.
And he's like talking about love or something.
he's
That's
just
why
there.
I thought that.
oh,
I
always
thought that he was in love with her. That's why
I
I
think
thought.
I think he does love her in some capacity, because he even mentions that she's like a beautiful woman that if they were not related in some way, that like he would never even get a chance to talk to her, right?
Yeah.
So like he has very complicated, messy emotions for her.
Because so I thought that like he was in love with her, but then seeing him with her, I was like, oh, maybe he isn't. But then what Akari says, then I'm like, oh wait,
When she's like, oh, that's why you had to leave.
yeah, because Hina was like, oh, Akari, it's fine.
It's
That's-
his older sister.
And then Akari's like, oh, I get it. And I was like, oh no, so he is in love with her.
I think-
so
and maybe-
he is.
Because it seems like from the flashbacks from when he was a kid, when he was getting like brought into that family, like I think a part of him always admired her, but he also felt bad because he kept winning and she was getting scolded and neglected by their father.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, he thinks she's beautiful and he wants to like connect with her on a deeper level than just like this weird rivalry and manipulation and you know, hatred, like all these like bubbling things, you know. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he is. I don't think he's. If he is in love with her, I don't think it's like something he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just something that like is, and he's like, because I feel like he's
she's not
actively
a good-
trying
she's
to
not a
like
good person,
distance
so-
himself from her.
For sure.
But I couldn't tell you like, yes, he's in love with her.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just so weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I just get very angry with her. Also, the dad, piece of shit. Also, the flashback where his whole family dies. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, what the fuck?
Just comes back dead.
Oh, sorry, your whole family got fucking annihilated.
Drunk driver, dead. And the fucking aunt was like, "Oh, I'll get you into like a good orphanage."
Yo, everyone at that funeral,
What?
they're like, oh, what's gonna happen with the boy? And they're all just like talking as if he's not right there. I'm like, this 10-year-old just got traumatized probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And you guys can't have a little more compassion.
So that's the thing about this show, and like how you said like the whiplash and everything. It's like that's one of the moments that like could have hit like really hard, but because it's so short, it like doesn't give you enough time to process to like make me cry or like anything. That like none of this show made me cry, even though like we're talking about how fucked up all of these things are, and objectively we could be like, this is horrible, this is horrible, this is horrible, but none of those moments were enough to like make me cry. And I feel like it's because nothing's long enough
developed
to, like,
enough
to like really give you that moment.
Even like with the girls and their parents,
that was the
mysteriously
closest. Theirs when they were talking
and they
when
were doing like the
yes.
offerings,
Yes.
and then Hina just fucking like loses it.
Yes, that was the closest I actually got.
Like,
I'll be back. I'm gonna run to the store.
Yeah, like I feel like this show has great like plot like structures, but like the development is just not there enough for it to like really effectively hit.
With Hina, like that was actually, I felt like the longest moment there was, where she's just fucking wailing.
And I love that like he just was like, I'll just stay here.
Yeah,
take
he's
the time.
like, you do what you gotta do.
And
I will be right
and
here.
like his internal monologue was like, I finally like I don't know what it's like to cry anymore, but like I get it. Like I feel this. I just can't anymore.
And then later, I don't know if maybe it's a few episodes afterwards where he beats that guy, and then he's like, he runs away, and then he just fucking
where he's screaming?
sends it. I was like,
my
yes,
God,
I had been waiting for that, and I wanted him to like have another moment like that later in the show. Preferably towards his quote unquote
when he's
sister.
just like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
yeah,
you
he's like,
tried
of course
harder.
you was.
Yeah.
Like, you
You
played
should've
like shit. Like,
practiced,
what did you
yeah.
want me to like? How could I not have beaten you?
Yeah.
You know? And I was
that was
like,
the guy who was leaving his family.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that shit. And of course, because he like doesn't want that fate for this poor guy that he doesn't even know. But at the same time, he's like, you're playing like fucking garbage, dude. Like, how?
Yeah, and then for him to also have to internalize being like, oh, I guess I'm not as nice as you think I am.
Yeah,
that, like
oh my
I would
God.
throw this match, like, and it's like he shouldn't have to think that he should even have to throw a match. Like this is his livelihood. This is literally how he makes money. Like this is his job.
And if he lost the match, he was demoted, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Or
like,
I think he would be at risk of being demoted.
No, I think he
I
was
think
demoted.
I think
because he already lost a match.
if
and
he,
that
I
was
think
his
I
second,
think it was.
yeah.
I think he had lost 2. If he lost a third, he was out.
Gotcha.
Something like that. Because I think that's why she was purposely like
trying to get in his head.
He did have that one moment near the end, or at the end, I forget if it's the last episode or not, when like his mentor is going up in that final match, where he loses 4 straight in a row.
Where
And
he found.
Yeah, where that guy's like, he's lost already. And like walks off. And
Yeah.
he's like,
I mean-
and he just like slams the piece into the winning spot and
Yeah.
then runs after him. And he's like, he didn't fucking lose.
But
Yeah, but it wasn't
Yeah, and then he did
really-
lose. But like,
Yeah.
It wasn't really. It
I feel
because,
like
he stood
it
up-
wasn't- It wasn't that satisfying because like
I do like
I
I
don't know.
agree that it wasn't like as big of an emotional outburst, but
But I think
did
it's a
like
big
that
moment for him.
Yes, that's what I was gonna.
that he had that moment, that
especially
he
in
saw
front
it.
of everyone else. Like
Yeah.
that he had that
Not
he
only-
saw it.
especially with his mentor, because he always felt like he was drowning.
Yeah,
when he was,
and
like,
the guy
following
that's like
them.
supposed to be super great and
Yeah.
saying he's so great didn't see the thing either.
Yeah.
And so like he does it on TV, which I assume in season 2 is like going to be a little spurring moment for
Right,
the
right.
kid to realize that he saw the
right,
the win where the other one didn't.
right.
Well, I
Um,
think that's why he's on the train. I think that's the whole
Right.
point why he says, and he's on the train with him.
Right.
I
Yeah.
assume.
And then he runs into the room and is like, "No, you're all wrong. Like
Yeah.
he can do this." And then he's like, "It's too late. He already lost."
He already
Yeah,
conceded.
he conceded.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that moment is like it. The second half of the show is like you can see that it's like not as bad as the first half. But
I just think it took too long to get into the drama. Like for you
with
to have,
other characters, you
Yes.
mean? Because a lot of it, I feel like in
Yeah.
the first half is like kind of just him.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that.
So like it just took too long to like develop for you to be like, to really understand what's going on.
Right.
For you to like, I guess not care, because like obviously when he's talking about like you
The
care,
through line is
but-
just not there,
Yeah.
or it's not strong enough, rather.
Yeah.
And maybe because it is 2 seasons, but I feel like like in any show where you have multiple seasons, like each season has to be satisfying
Yeah.
for not only by itself, but like so you want to keep watching, you know. And I just feel like season 1 is just it has great ideas and themes. They're just not as strong as I want them to be.
Yeah.
Cause like I feel like I can like picture this story where it's like more, but I also don't know how they would have more within like the time constraint that they have, if that makes sense.
I have a question and I don't know if you know the answer.
Yeah.
But so when I was looking at it, like, you know how, well, you watched Up Funimation, so I don't know if it's the same for you, but did it say like each episode is like 2 chapters?
Yeah.
So is this a show that's actually one giant season or is separate? It's 2 different seasons. Like, did they come out at different times?
Yeah, they came out.
Oh.
Yeah, because
okay.
it does label it as 2 separate seasons on Mal.
But I was wondering if it was like, you know how ReZero had like 2 parts? Like they just came
Right.
out like separately, but they're
Yeah,
together.
no, it is.
No, I
2
think
separate
I think
seasons.
season 1 was in 2016, and then season 2 I don't think was either 2017 or 2018.
But so are they meant to be together or are they separate? Because the chapters
I feel like
continue right after.
I assume season 2 picks up where season 1 left off
Mm-hmm.
to continue the story. Like I can't imagine season 2 is like, okay, now we're doing something else.
like whatever it's at like chapter 48, like it goes into like chapter 49, like it goes
right. I
right after.
I assume
It is just a second season.
I assume that it is meant to follow season 1.
Okay.
But they did come out apart from each other.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Second season is rated much higher than the
Okay, so
first.
maybe I need to watch season 2 to be like
Yeah.
really satisfied.
Yeah,
because
I
there's
might.
just so
I
ma-
also just spoiled myself on something here. So,
Oh, unlucky.
yeah, not great either.
Oh,
What I have learned.
God damn it.
Oh,
Not yeah. Yeah.
yikes.
Yikes.
Unfortunate. Sorry.
Yeah. It's weird.
Well, just watch it.
All
Now
right,
you have to
Michael.
just
Well,
watch
I don't
the
know.
second
I don't know if
season.
the show covers it. I don't know if it's a thing or not.
Oh, like you got a manga spoiler?
Yeah, I don't know if the show covers that or not.
I
don't
feel
know.
like at least
I don't know if the second
from the-
season is the end of the manga.
from the presentation of the show, I feel like this feels like a pretty direct 1-to-1. Like, how could it not be a 1-to-1
I don't know.
to the manga? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how usually like an episode of anime will cover like 2 or 3 chapters because pages can only fill up so much airtime.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, yeah, just lump them together because we can't put out a 5-minute episode. That's stupid. So like that makes sense. They're like, okay, 2 chapters. Sometimes it is 3 per episode. So like it being a direct 1-to-1 would make sense, in my opinion at least. But I guess the manga might have to
Season
already
2
be
is not
over.
the ending of the manga.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And the manga is still going,
Oh. All right.
apparently.
But is the anime like a direct adaptation?
Yeah, I did just see
For
though
up
that it
to
does.
wherever
That
it
season
ends?
2 does stop at like a pretty reasonable like stopping point,
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
Like a satisfying
I guess.
conclusion,
Yeah.
or maybe whatever the end of that arc is, or
Yeah.
whatever it might be.
I'm just trying to figure out the thing. It's fine.
Oh, that you
Anyway.
got spoiled on?
Yeah.
is this
Oh,
like
you poor
soul
thing.
crushing?
No, it's just weird.
Oh no.
I could tell you.
No, don't tell me.
I might ask you later.
I was gonna say tell us off air because
Well, I could always just put the time skipper, just cut it out.
No, I don't want to know.
yeah, I
Okay.
don't want to know right now.
Alright.
But I might want to know later.
Yeah.
So I'll
Alright.
text you if I want to know.
Yeah, put it in the group chat.
Anyway.
What
um,
are you talking about?
Yeah, what were you guys talking about? I've been thinking about the thing for the last.
we were talking about.
I was trying to figure out if the implication between Ray and his sister are actual or not. And by the way, no. I think basically anyone, all like forums and stuff, basically just say it's just weird feelings of like father issues and adoptive, like that they're just constantly at war. That like it's just weird inflations of different feelings.
But so nothing happened.
It's nothing actually really like romantic.
But nothing. She
No,
didn't
nobody
assault
said
him?
anything about
Okay.
It's just that there's constantly weird stuff in a way of like she's trying to process her own emotions and she's doing it weirdly, and he doesn't know how to process anything. And so it like boils down to her just thinking she's pretty, but also demonic.
I mean,
Because he says like she's like a pretty demon or whatever.
yeah, it's just the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but there's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just weird feelings. Neither of them know how to like actually work out, but it's nothing actually romantic.
Okay.
I don't know if season 2 delves into this, but I kept thinking about this. Is like kept coming up in the back of my mind about Akari, where I was like, I'm like so curious. I'm like, what does she feel? Because for the most part, like, yeah, we see her like kind of sad when they're doing like the whole like sending them back to heaven thing, which I'm like, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, girl, like your life got turned upside down. Like your parents are gone. Or maybe the dad was never even there because I only ever mentioned the grandma and the mom.
Yeah, because he
They-
wants to ask about it and he never does.
Yeah. So maybe the dad was already out of the picture. I don't know if he's dead or just he said see ya.
Sleaze bag.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I wish they like delve further into that because I'm like,
Yeah, it's just not their story.
she had to become
The mom.
the mom to her 2 younger sisters, and one of them is significantly younger than her. So it's like Momo basically sees her as her mom.
Yeah.
Which like that just seems like such messy emotions for her to go through. But like she
And
seems
then she
like
works at a bar.
like
as, like
she works as
Yeah. What are they called?
oh my god, what are
You
they
always
called?
see them.
just
but
like
I
the
know.
yeah, like
Called.
the like really attractive people that serve you drinks,
I know I can't.
and you can't do anything
I
else,
kept
just serving
thinking
drinks.
about it too, and I can't remember what it's called.
I always
now.
want to call them escorts.
No,
No,
it's
because
not.
they're not
do,
escorts.
But they do this similar.
They will go on
things.
like dates and stuff.
Yeah, it's a similar thing. They're like hosts.
host.
Is it- is
yeah,
it a
yeah,
host?
hostess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they do that. That was in Suzume. The
Thank
mom
you. I was like, it's
For
right on the tip of my
those
tongue.
kids did the same thing.
Yeah,
she had a
host
bar
club.
downstairs and did that. So like you always see like,
Right.
that kind of thing, which
Yeah, hostess for a bar in Giza,
so it's
Yeah.
literally
Ginza,
okay. So that is the correct.
Yeah,
which
Okay.
her aunt runs.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, because I was like her life must just be fucking hell.
Well, so
She
but
only
she's-
works 2 days a week. Is that what
but
it was?
she's so kind.
I think so because she has to take care of the kids.
Yeah. So like I wonder if it's like, is it like somewhat of an act that she's putting up, for them to like keep strong for
Because
them?
I mean, she must feel it's some amount that she
Yeah.
has to be brave enough
Mm-hmm.
to like keep going and moving forward with their lives. Because if she crumbles, then the girls are just gonna
Yeah.
fucking fall.
I mean,
like, they
they
have
still,
no.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well, they have the
Like-
grandfather and the aunt, but
Yeah,
like,
but
yeah,
the
it
grandpa
is.
is like 900 years old. What's
Yeah.
grandpa gonna do for a 5-year-old?
and he's like not even around that much because
'Cause he
he's
has to
also
work
working.
at the bakery.
Yeah.
But like, he does bring up that like, she like that he is there to
Right.
like help.
Yeah.
And she's just like, yeah, we're fine.
I just don't think like she has obviously taken on the mother role.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Of the house, and I think if she hadn't, I don't feel like the grandpa would be
Would've
able to
done that,
step
yeah.
in
Right.
and do the things that she does.
But it's also
Yeah.
really
like if she left, like he would. I don't think he would have.
right. But I think like there's also like you don't see the moments of like weakness, but you see the moments of her being like a almost like carefree when her and Hina are like
getting
we
like
could
the
go get
ice
some
cream,
ice cream
yeah.
or something, and then they're like we just
They're like,
blew
oh my
all
God,
of our
we
money.
Yeah, the
we
time
just spent our
mix.
entire week's like groceries on sweets.
Yeah, or like we could have bought chicken or whatever or fish to last us the whole month.
Yeah.
Like so yeah, but like so she has those moments of like carefreeness.
Yeah.
Which is always nice. And then like, Ray keeps bringing stuff to help them.
Yeah. And then when they like come to his house when he's sick, they're like, okay, if you have the flu, we'll quarantine you here. If not, you're coming back to our house.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
I know. So
And
they
then
can take care
and then
of
he's
him.
got his best friend.
Oh my
What's
God.
his name?
Don't remember.
Hold on.
Mikaido.
Mikaido.
Yeah. Who just
I'm your best friend and rival.
Yeah.
just the pudgy little boy.
Which I don't know if they explain this because I was like, first of all, why does this child have so much money? And second of all, why are you so like
Talented?
severely ill?
Oh.
And why do you have every single skill? Like, are you just in the hospital for
Like
so
he
long?
drew and wrote that book.
Yes, like I'm like.
Look, if you're in the hospital for long enough, there
I
are some
feel
people
you
that are
must
just
get
you're in the
bored,
hospital.
like-
Well, I would have. Oh yeah. Well, you say bullied or bored?
bored.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're like, I have to do something with my time.
I mean, yeah, that's why he learned shogi.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for people like kids that are just like constantly in the hospital, like you can't do anything else. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You keep your mind occupied somehow.
Yeah.
You just learn shit.
That's fair. But yeah, I was just like, damn, why does this kid have so much fucking money?
His parents are just loaded.
Loaded parents.
It starts off with like, "Where's your butler?" And he's like, "He's on vacation." And he
I sent him on an 80-day cruise
Around the
and then
world.
the butler, like after 10 days, was like, "Oh, I got bored
missed you."
and I
Yeah.
missed you, so I sent my wife on the trip instead."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cute.
And then like the fucking helicopter.
His
and-
mentor, he's like, "The last time I told him I was sick, he helicoptered here."
Yeah, like and he's like genuinely like, especially as it goes on, because I think you're realizing it as Ray realizes it, like the moments where he is genuinely trying to help Ray.
Yeah.
Like when he's the announcer for his game and it's like, you're not even trying, like
Oh
you
my
would have never
God.
made this move.
Yeah.
Or when he tells the guy to like
Crush him.
and
Crush
he,
him.
He didn't even know about this recording. It was Hina's classmate that
Yeah.
Yeah, like brought it
happened to-
over.
Yeah, to have this because he
The boy she has a
happened
crush
to-
on?
Yeah, like this like weird happenstance to make him
That his like grandpa had it or
yeah,
something.
like to make him see this video.
Yeah.
Like just weird.
and he's like, crush him, like make him realize that he's not
yeah.
playing right.
That he's just fucking around.
Yeah, and then it's just like what is it, like a week, 2 weeks of like him trying to be like, why won't he come to the
Workshop.
workshop? And he's like,
And
I'm
his
not
men-
gonna make him. I'm not gonna say anything because he needs to make that decision on his own.
Yeah, the mentor's just like, no, he has to realize himself that he
and
has to
then
ask for
both of
help.
them give up at the same time
Yeah.
because the mentor's like, "Ah, fuck, I should just ask him. He's not
Yeah.
gonna do it, and he does it also.
Yeah.
And then the mentor is like the entire time wants to spend more time with Ray because Ray sees things that others don't. Like he sets up that game and the two people that constantly are just arguing.
Oh, having the fight about
Yeah.
like what strategy is better.
Right, and then he's just like, Ray, you haven't said anything. What about you? And he's like, I don't know. I just don't like that piece. It feels weird.
Yeah.
And he's like, why? And he's like, I can't really explain it. It just feels weird. And he's like, this kid is good. Like,
Yeah.
That's what, like, that is the thing that costs the game.
Yeah.
But he can't explain why. He just knows it's something that he's not okay with.
Yeah.
And then they just start
Unsettling.
working. Yeah, and they just start working together through that.
Yeah.
And he's like, because you also play the same.
Also, the mentor, when he's getting like violently ill and Ray is trying to like help
Dude has holes in his stomach.
Dude,
like
this man must have an ulcer the size of the moon. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
losing his hair.
Like, And that's the other thing. I'm
I
like,
kept calling him
what
bald.
what kind of brutal lifestyle does everybody live that plays shogi, except for this one guy who's apparently really, really good
Well,
at
I mean,
shogi?
to be fair, they constantly do say like you lose, like you immediately lose a bunch of status, and it's a
Yeah.
big deal. And then if you lose status, you're not making as much money.
Yeah.
Like, so if it's the only way you're
And didn't he say that like his pseudo father went like years going like between like the 2 grade levels, and he could like never like surpass some certain level, and he just
think.
was like struggling for years. And
I
then
think so, because then I think that's why they were like talking, being like, oh, he couldn't make it, and that's why he
And
took
he,
his
like, lost
rival's
certain,
kid
like, title-
in and,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
raised him up.
yeah,
And
he snatched
whatever,
up his
yeah.
rival's kid. But yeah, no, it just seems like brutal, and I'm like, this doesn't seem fun for literally
Wait,
anybody.
and the tall guy's little cat, Strawberry.
Oh my, Smith, where he finds the
Yes,
little cat.
Yes. And he's like, he's letting you hold.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
hold her.
she won't let me hold her.
Yeah.
And
Cute.
like everyone thinks he's like got
Talk-
like chicks on, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he gets the cat and is like, now everyone thinks he has a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he was really fun.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
I thought all the characters for the most part were pretty like interesting. The brother never shows up again though, right? The stepbrother.
No.
I don't
The
think
adopted
so.
brother?
I don't think
Maybe
so.
he's in season 2.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe.
he's in season 2.
Um,
But I think the stepbrother is like much younger, not much younger, but I feel like at least a couple years younger than Ray.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
And
younger?
he quit shogi, didn't he?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
him and the sister.
He was the one who broke.
Right. He broke before the
yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
And then I think
No, she was forced
no,
out.
yeah, she was
Oh,
forced
right,
out.
right,
he
right,
gave
right,
up.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
And then I think we still haven't gotten like the real actual scene of seeing what happened between Ray, his sister, and the guy, right?
No, I think it
Like
was
we got it like a
in
small
clips.
flashbacks, but like
Yeah.
we never actually
No,
got the
I-
full thing, right?
I don't think there's ever like a, oh, here's the confrontation and here's the outcome.
I think
of
it was
that.
like
just small bits,
yeah.
but never actually like.
And then the guy, which honestly, this guy, if in season 2 he doesn't get his fucking face put in the dirt, I will leave extremely disappointed. This guy is such a piece of shit.
Goto?
And then Goto, yes. And then when he loses to
the mentor.
the mentor, and he's
Oh, and they set it up that it makes it seem like Goto won.
yes,
Yeah.
But then when he's lost and he's like having an argument with the sister, I was like, damn, what a fucking baby.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to be out here acting like you're some big bad like mob boss or something, but you're a fucking sore loser. Like, get over yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
when
Hate
he
that
was
guy.
like, them like, oh, my 2 stalkers are out here. Like, what do you guys want? I'm like, somebody fucking kill him. Like,
Yeah, and then when he's like, "Oh, tell your sister to like stop stalking me. Like she's just some girl who won't stop following me around." I was like,
And Ray goes to
"Damn."
like fucking deck him,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
whoever holds him back.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, we don't know the story, but like, he had to have groomed her, right? Like,
I think so. I can't imagine there was
yeah.
literally any other.
No, I
implication
think
in
for the
there.
most part, when I was looking it up, it's mostly just she just attached to him because she needed validation in a way.
but how did she meet? Like, I assume.
Well, because I mean, I assume she was playing shogi, she would just know about him. He is a big deal in the
and she
shogi
must
thing.
have
I don't know.
connection to him through her father because he's a chairman.
That's why I feel
And
like
he knows him.
probably- And he's a bad dude. That's why I feel like he probably groomed her.
I agree.
The way it seemed like
But-
though is more that she kept going to him, and then he was just like not saying no.
Yeah.
Not that that's not grooming, but I mean, like that's. It
I mean,
seems like
that's not grooming.
Oh,
if that's
right.
if that's what happened.
That's what
but
it seemed like
not
it's set up.
grooming.
Is yeah.
But I don't know what happened. So.
And then she just keeps involving herself in it, even though she knows it's not gonna work. Because she does like know that.
But do they have like a physical relationship with each other?
I think.
I think
so.
it's probably at some point, at some points when he's not beating her.
Because
Yeah.
at first I thought yes they do, but then I was getting really confused when he was like, "Oh, she's just my stalker," which like could be a lie.
I think that's.
I
I
thought
think he just
that-
does that to dismiss her.
Yeah, I
to
thought
like
so. Yeah.
feel like a big man.
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
deal.
because
Let me dunk on
unless
this
she's
20-year-old.
lying like about like the watch and stuff, unless she literally is stalking him.
Which again
But
is
then
possible.
why-
Because she's just a huge manipulator. Because if you think about it, she could just be doing all of that to get Ray's attention.
Maybe, but why would he have assaulted Ray? Like, why would he have
if
attacked.
she was just a stalker and he
Yeah.
like hits her or whatever.
True.
Like, if there was actually nothing, then like,
why would he do that? That's
yeah,
fair. I don't know, because he's a fucking piss baby.
like that makes no like. I feel
no,
like,
I agree. What you're saying does make sense. There would be no reason for him to attack Ray if he truly had nothing going on
Yeah.
with Kyoko.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have literally no answers to any questions.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very open ended. I feel.
Also, this was something I noticed when he's home alone and he only eats ramen noodles and drinks water and sports drinks. I'm like, you must be tired of ramen noodles.
There's no
Like,
such thing.
I'm sorry. As somebody
such
who is
thing.
obsessed with ramen noodles and loves them, if I had to eat them literally every single day, 3 days, like 3 meals a day,
A, he's probably not eating 3 meals a day.
But
I would
B,
lose my
B,
shit.
the
But-
amount of variety of just convenience store ramen you can
That's
get in
what
Japan.
I was about to say. That's literally what I was about to say. It was like, it's not your top ramen we have
yeah,
here.
it's not America.
Yeah, true.
You
I was
have
about to say, you
shelves
have
of
to- but that's
variety.
what I was
he
gonna
doesn't.
say.
It
It's like,
doesn't
it's
even seem like he
different.
gets like the toppings. He just gets the noodles.
I don't know.
Sometimes he adds an egg.
Yeah.
I'll give him that much.
But also, like, nah, bro. You
I
totally.
was like, it's different. They
guess.
they've got the variety.
I know,
You
but I
don't
just
have to
feel
eat
like
the same
that-
thing.
you know, as where ours is just like a small area of shelf. There's this entire aisle of,
Yeah.
True. And like
better
the
ramen.
and the convenience store ones slamming. Fair. But
and they're better than
Yeah.
ours. So
Yep. It's different.
yeah.
So I don't blame him.
I don't blame
I
him
don't
either,
blame him
but
either.
I just feel like I would.
I mean, I blame him to
Besides,
a certain
college kids
degree.
live off fucking microwave ramen, so
Yeah.
I guess
people do it even here,
but it just sounds
even when it's worse options.
He has no reason because he has more money than that. But like,
But he has
Meh.
nothing to live for, so the
yeah,
money doesn't matter.
Exactly.
I was gonna say.
And when people bring
'Cause-
stuff to him and like the friend and the bed,
Yeah,
and then
he
he
gives him
sleeps
the
in the
bed.
bed and he's like, yeah, you can sleep in this when I'm not here.
Yeah.
He's like, this is a gift, but yet I'm still sleeping on the floor. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he again has to sleep on the floor when his sister's like, "Hey, I'm crashing here." He's like, please no, thank you." And she's like, "Nah, I'm in your bed already." I'm like, "Wow,
Yeah.
what a bitch."
When she's like, oh, it doesn't smell like you yet.
Ugh. I hated that. She's just like snooping through his stuff. She's like, "What is this?" He's like, "Don't touch that." And she's like,
And then
"Is
she
this new?"
eats all the food that the girls
the
give
Inari
him.
sushi.
Come
Yeah, he only got 2
on.
pieces.
Yeah.
And then when they're like, did you like it? And he's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was great.
He's like, "Yeah, I ate all of it." And
Oh
then
my
she's like, "I mean,
God.
she wasn't in it." And then you just see the little thing of her like, gang, gang.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I don't know. They do have little gags that is funny.
Yeah.
I don't think I would go as far to call the show a comedy.
I also would not call it.
I
a comedy.
did not think that this.
There was
should-
not enough
Yes.
like lightness
No.
that I could be like, oh, it's funny.
Yeah,
it's
like,
fun. No, the
no.
depression is too much
I
for it to
don't-
be considered a
There
comedy.
were some funny
but
bits, though.
yes,
There were
I
funny
do think
bits.
that they have little cute like gags
Yeah.
and stuff like that like in it. So I did think that there was little.
I also
things
really
in it.
liked his like advisor or teacher at school.
Mm-hmm.
The one that screwed him over?
The one that could
On accident.
Yeah, I know.
No, just
And he was missing those days anyways. Like,
No,
it
because
wasn't-
he would have had that
That
extra
one
day.
day.
And he was like, oh, you'll be fine. Go. And then he was like,
probably would
I was wrong.
He probably would have missed a day on his own.
true.
just saying. The teacher gave him the pass and then fucked him up.
He probably would have missed.
Also,
a day.
I don't think he did repeat a grade. I think he did graduate.
He did.
No,
Yeah, he did graduate because he did all of the work after school to make up.
They
He got
said
all the
you
teachers
just
to
No,
made
say.
it.
because then when he was there,
He's a year back to start, but he did not get held back in the grade. He did go up one.
Wait, what?
Because he went to school later. I think he started a grade back, so people say he got held back.
What's the difference?
Like
He stopped going to
he stopped
school
going
when he
to
turned
school.
Pro.
Yeah, and then so now he was like
So then
17
he
in first
entered-
year of high school.
Oh.
Instead of being 16 or whatever. And
Oh.
so then, but he did make it to the second year. He just passed.
Oh, because the kids were talking shit about him.
Because they said, oh, yeah, he got held back because he's older than them. But he's not, he didn't actually get held back. He just placed younger.
Because the
or
kids were talking shit
lower.
about him and literally said, like, oh, I heard he missed too many days because, like he was.
Right. That's just them saying that because he's still older.
Oh, because I thought they said that he was gonna graduate, and then because he said like, oh, when I like moved up a year, like he's not my teacher anymore. But then the kids were talking shit. It was like, oh, he missed too many days. I heard he missed too many days. And I was like, oh, I guess he didn't. I guess
No, because he
is
did move up a
repeating.
grade. That's why he doesn't have the teacher
I
anymore.
was so fucking confused. I was like, I was like,
But
whatever.
that teacher was great.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Awesome advisor.
When he eats his soccer ball rice balls.
Yeah, when he's like gives him the good food because he's like you need it, or like he's like, but he's giving him shit and still being helpful. I don't know. He like teachers like that existed in this world. Way more fun in school. I'd actually given a shit, whatever.
Caven.
All right. Well, do we want to final thoughts this?
Sure. Final thought. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kat.
Me.
How
Yes.
dare you? It's only like we haven't been
I
doing
know,
this for
forgive
140
me.
episodes.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
You were just looking right at me when you said it, so.
Well, I was looking for acknowledgement that you didn't have another point.
Okay, final thoughts. I thought it was good. I didn't like it at the beginning.
You sure didn't.
I was texting Mike being like, what the fuck is this?
Also, I'd like to point out that Kat was like, hey, the game they're playing, is this the Hunter game?
Yeah.
And I was like,
And then he was like so mad about that. Like
I was like, that's like equivalent of calling chess the Harry Potter game.
and I was like, you know what I mean? Like all I was trying to ask is like, because Meruem plays, like he's obsessed with a game in Hunter x Hunter. That's all I was trying to ask, because I just started the show. I was like 2 episodes fucking in, and they talk about this game, and I know nothing about shogi. Like it just
The way you said it though, I was just like, that hurt to read. And you were like, why does that hurt? And I was like, because it's like calling chess the Harry Potter
I really
game.
didn't know what his problem was when I was just like, oh, is this the Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, but then I was like,
instead of saying, is this the game that they play in Hunter? I said it backwards,
Yeah.
and it like really made.
to be
him
fair, when I was like,
angry.
you understand why I said that, and you were like, yeah, I got it.
Yes,
But
You
but
felt some
I
type of way.
Yes, I did not think that it was gonna. It was gonna.
it was
bother him
just
so
one of those
much.
moments where I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was like, that hurt to. And I was like, what? We had so many like back and forths where there was just so much confusion because.
Yeah, the fucking Gurren Lagann
yes,
one.
yes, because then I was talking about how the show has really good music, but I had messaged him
Like, literally,
about
yeah, she
Gurren
sent me
Lagann
a-
has a movie
Yeah.
that's in theaters. I was like, oh, did you know
Also,
about
I'm so
this?
annoyed because I did know about it. I didn't realize it was the first time they were dubbing it, and it was so I
Oh.
did miss out on
So
it.
you didn't
No,
see
'cause I was
it.
like, oh, I've already seen that movie, and I didn't realize that it was the
They-
first time they were dubbing. I was
wow,
like, God damn it!
So it's out already. Like,
yeah,
it's
it's
out of
gone. It was
theater?
only 2 days.
Wow.
I was so annoyed because I saw everything on Twitter. People being like,
Well,
"This
they're
was the
gonna-
greatest fucking thing," and I was
Are
like,
they gonna put it?
Probably.
Yeah.
But I was
I
like-
can't imagine they dubbed that. And it's
I
like
ended
not
up
gonna
on
go on Crunchyroll.
I
or
ended
something.
up on like fucking Gurren Lagann Twitter, and everyone was like, "This was the best thing ever." I was like, "Everyone's seen this movie. Why is everyone freaking out?" And I was like,
I thought I was like, they have to be doing something. But
yeah.
so.
But
yeah.
anyway, she sent me a link about they're releasing Nia figures. Actually, finally, of like her original design.
Yeah.
And then she went from that immediately into a
Because
conversation.
I was watching the show, and then we were so we were talking about the show, and then I sent the figure, and then so my brain.
We were
because
not talking
I'm
about the show. This is
watching-
a whole day later. You just sent the figure with no context.
Yeah, whatever. I'm watching the show, so my brain, I'm like, he'll know that
Right,
I'm
right,
watching the show.
right.
Clearly,
He'll pick up what I put down.
exactly. He'll understand. So I just say I was like, it's got good music, and
Yeah, you were like, "Show is meh. All music slaps."
yes, that's why.
And so
yes.
I replied to "Show is meh" with "You have bad taste," and then the music I was like, "You have good taste."
But yesterday, like the day before when we were talking about the show, I had said that the show was really boring. And he had said, he was like defending it, but not that hard. Like, not like this show's amazing, but just like, it's fine. Like, it's not that bad. Like,
I was basically
whatever.
like, "You always say you like dramas. This is a drama. It'll get there."
Yeah. So
Like-
he was like defending the show. So then when he had replied being like, you have bad taste, I was like, whoa.
Damn,
Yeah.
chill.
I was just like, damn, okay. Like, what did I say?
Yeah. So you were like, "It definitely got better, but it's still meh." like if I started the show on my own, it would just sit on my list, and I was like, bad taste. And you were like, you like it that much? I'm only halfway, but I didn't watch all of it yet today. And I was like, hold on, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I already watched Gurren Lagann, so like,
yeah, that's why I was like, you've already watched this. What do you mean?
Like, wait, what's going on?
And I was like, yeah, what are we talking about? And she was like, the show. You liked it that much? And I replied, Gurren Lagann?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, March. And I was like, oh,
I was like,
yeah, it's fine.
yeah, the show's fine. Yeah, so no. But anyways, so there was lots of confusion on our part while we were trying to talk about this show.
Great.
But really good music, I thought. So, but question, did the intros and outros keep changing back and forth? Did they like, I felt like they changed it halfway, but then towards the end they switched them back. Did they do
I
that?
don't think so.
I really thought that.
Actually,
don't
I'm
think so.
confident that they didn't.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
gonna
like it
look.
was the same every time.
Because I remember for
Because-
the second intro, every single time it would start feeling like so jarring because the opening to that intro is so loud and you feel like you're going to watch like a super cutesy, bright, bubbly show and then you're not.
The outro, I thought changed back to the original
I don't
one.
think so.
I thought,
I
but
think
anyways,
it stayed the same. The
that's
whole
not important. Anyway, I liked all of the
Anyway,
music.
yeah.
So it's really not important. I just meant to ask that earlier, and I just thought about it now. But I thought the show was good, but it's paced weird.
Yeah.
It's slow at the beginning, but then when you get in it and like
Right.
care about it, it's good. Like we were saying, like there's good side characters, so you know once you care about them, it's good. But like the same critique
Once it gets
of,
momentum.
exactly, like it's good, but the critique of like it's long, but what would you cut out? I don't know, because the point of the show is kind of about shogi, so they're already cutting shit out about their game. So
Right.
like, what would you cut out about their match? I don't know. Like, I feel like it is important, the move, because like he makes breakthroughs about like his thought processes.
Right.
So I feel like
And at the end, he does have like not a new like zest for life, because that's probably way too much for him. Let's
I
be
mean,
real.
the
But
ending part, that kind of was
I-
like a zest,
I
I'd say.
do think he has more like ambition, and he feels less like he's just like going through the motions. Like he wants to succeed as
Yeah.
opposed to feeling like he has to.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference.
Well, I thought that was like a cute moment where
Me
they're
too.
talking about the
I liked
train
it.
and
Yeah.
they're saying like, you know, that
there's
they're
somebody there, like
they're all there with him.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute because
I'm not
you
by
know,
myself.
and it's kind of like, is anybody who plays shogi
Right,
happy?
like we're
'Cause
all
they
striving towards the
exactly.
same goal.
Yes, because the whole time it's like kind of a downer.
Yeah.
I thought it could definitely use more of the sisters. From just looking at season 2, a lot of the thumbnails were the girls. So
Oh, okay. I mean, they're definitely supposed to be his like newfound family.
yeah, and with you saying that season 2 has like way better reviews,
Apparently.
like maybe
it's
I'll
it's
watch.
almost a 9 versus
Wow, okay.
versus season 1 being it's an 8.9 versus season 1 being an 8.3.
Wow,
Okay, it's
so
a big jump.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch season 2.
Maybe I'll watch season 2 too.
because there's more of them in it. Maybe it'll be less shogi, more of them, so it'll just be about
More character development.
Yeah, more character development, less shogi. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's his life, but
Right.
now that we're invested in the characters,
Right.
and
Because
that just
season 2 is ranked 19
out of-
out of most popular anime. It is
Oh,
wow.
19.
wow.
Okay.
I've literally never heard of the show, so like that's really fucking crazy.
I had it
Um,
just
No, like I just never fucking heard of this. But yeah, like I think it's paced weird, but when it gets there. But at the same time,
It's not enough.
yeah, like the punches, they don't hit.
Yeah.
Like the emotions don't hit hard enough. For my rating, I did a 7, which is good. Like, I thought it was a good show. I'd recommend it. Especially, if season 2 ends up being
Great.
even better. Obviously, you need season 1 to set it up. So
Yeah.
TBD if we ever get there and talk about it. But I think, sums it up.
All right. I think that this show has a lot of potential, and I like watching it. My feelings on it were kind of like, meh, it's fine, but like it feels like it doesn't deserve a fine.
Right.
Like there's stuff, everything that's in it is competent. Like, and even if it doesn't necessarily all click with me, I still like acknowledge that like the animation, the music, the character writing, like all that stuff is done well. Even if the contents of it are like not hitting fully for me. So like, cause when I was like trying to figure out what to rate it, I was like, it's too good to be like just ranked as 6 is fine for
Right.
them. I was like, it's too good for that. But like, I can't see it being anything like great for me. But like, I don't know. Because I gave it a 7, and like I think I would recommend it, but it's just like a show. I feel like having the better idea of what it is going into it would help way more than like.
And not think it's a romance.
Not think it's a romance. Not like thinking it's going to be on the same level as like Your Lie in April.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like a way shorter, more contained story.
But
I do understand what you mean.
Yeah. Well, look, man, March comes in like a lion. You're lying in April, and then there's some May show. I'm sure. But yeah, it's competent. It's just something that like it wasn't always clicking for me, but when there are the moments, it does do the moments well. So yeah, 7, and I would recommend it.
Yeah, I agree with basically everything you guys said. Like, I do think this show is good, and I think the like ideas and themes and characters are good. I just don't think they do enough with them to make this show what it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, I think everything that this show has to offer could be excellent. It's just not enough to be excellent. So like, it's good, but it has like flaws that are a little too much to like kind of turn a blind eye to, where you could be like, oh well, I could see like this is lacking, but everything else is so good that it makes up for it. It's not quite that level. But
how do you feel about Nana?
Yeah, it's very similar feelings for Nana, where it's like the bones are good, the meat's just not beefy enough, So I also gave it a 7. I feel like it's not enough where I could justify like giving it an 8, but also like to say it's a 6 feels wrong.
Yeah.
So I feel like 7 is kind of where it deserves to be. I think I will watch season 2 just to see, because I think if season 2 slaps, that might change my opinions about season 1 in terms of like if this is a build-up thing, But
I think it's too. I don't think that it would, even if season 2 is great, I don't think it would change my opinion of season 1, because what was it, 22 episodes? Like, that's definitely
I kind of agree.
It's too long.
Yeah,
that like to change that opinion, like
Yeah.
to be like, oh no, that was an 8. Like, it's definitely still like 7.
But yeah, so definitely a 7, and I would recommend it. And yeah,
7s
All right.
across the board.
7 across the board,
Here's
and recommending.
Well,
across
the group
board.
rating is just 7.
Yeah.
But here's the graphic.
Yeah.
And Kat, it is your show.
Which I didn't figure out how to explain. We were watching Kamisama Kiss. Kamisama Kiss is about a girl named Nanami who becomes homeless because her father leaves, and it's kind of just about her, I don't know if I call them hijinks, but like the things that happen to her when she comes upon somebody that makes her a god, and she gets her own familiar and has to protect a shrine. There you go.
Okay.
It just looks like a show you would recommend.
How long?
It's a
is-
romance. You said you wanted to watch
it's
a
a
romance.
I know,
romance.
but
Yeah. It's
How-
short.
How
It's
long?
cute.
How long is it?
It's
12
a-
episodes?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's 12 episodes.
Okay, that's pretty
13.
quick. Oh, okay.
There you
Quick
go.
and dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Alright.
cute. It's a cute little fun.
Cool.
Fun
Okay, that's
little
what we
cute
need.
show.
We need that. We need
Yeah,
like
it's
a
little
nice pick
breather.
me up
Yep.
after.
Especially since the next one's gonna be the long pick for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So.
like I could have recommended 2 seasons because it's so short, and the second season's really short too.
Right.
But because you're gonna do a long one, I'll just do the.
The short
one,
yeah.
yeah.
All right. All right. Well, that's what you got. You have 5 weeks to watch Kamisama Kiss, and then we will see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, follow, check out Cat the Moonstar on Twitch, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week for whatever it is we talk about. Actually, I know what we're talking about because we're gonna be ranking the dudes
The
from
girls.
Disney. I thought it was the girls were first.
The
So didn't that
dudes
just
were
happen?
first.
Okay,
The ladies.
The ladies. Ranking the ladies then.
The ladies.
It's the only time I'll probably remember what we did because we recorded earlier.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you guys next week.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.